Good afternoon and welcome to today's webinar presented by New Wired. I'm Loredana, Marketing Manager here at New Wired, and I will be the host for this session. As I see people are still joining, let's allow them 1-2 more minutes to settle down and to get familiar with the GoToWebinar platform. You can see in the panel on your right that there is a box of questions in case you will want to make some questions, and at the end of the webinar we will gladly answer them. So yeah, let's wait 1 more minute and we can start. For those that just arrived in the room, welcome to this webinar presented by New Wired. It is my pleasure to introduce to you the speakers of today's session, the CEO of New Wired, Stefano Rizzo, and our newest colleague, Jacques Brès, that will support us as business development lead for the French-speaking market. I think we can start. I will now pass the word to Stefano.
Thank you very much, Loredana. Thanks all for attending. So this is a follow-up webinar of the nice event that we've been participating into in Paris, this big fair, VivaTech fair. And this event is just to share some more information about New Wired with the people that was visiting our booth there. So thanks for coming to the booth, first of all. Thanks for being listening to this webinar. So I will make a pretty quick presentation of our company and our vision. Actually, we play in the field of digital transformation. So, but what is a digital transformation about? Actually, if you want to become a digital transformer, what you should do, you should try to find an agent, a man in the middle, somebody that stands between the people and the service. So in the past, for example, we had travel agents, and now digital transformation made you become a travel agent. So you issue your tickets for your trains and airplanes by yourself. In the past, you had any kind of consultancy about an insurance, for example. Now you can do it by yourself and create by yourself your insurance contract. So digital transformation has been trying to remove everything which stands between the people and the technology. The consequence is that we have more and more digital agents, and actually, when I was younger, for example, and I wanted to know the balance of my bank account, I could just get in the bank and tell the guy, hey, how are you doing today? I'm fine. What do you need? I'd like to know the balance of my account, and I have the balance of my account. Now I have to do it by myself. Log in, click here and there, and find the information I'm looking for. So digital transformation is putting more and more pressure on the shoulders of the user, and actually is creating a whole new set of people in the middle, which are support people that help us on the phone, or support technologies that help us in achieving the goals that we want to achieve. So the New Wired vision is that we want to help a digital transformation to get rid of itself. So what we want to do is to fix the fact that there is more and more, let's say, different people and technologies that allow us in interacting with the digital world. So how we do this? Actually, we do help in several different use cases, several different phases of the learning of the technology. So during the onboarding phase, So when people get into technology for the first time, when users need to be supported during the lifetime of their interaction, let's say, with the technology, and also to ensure that users perform the right thing at the right time, perform the right operations at the right time. So the solution that we propose is a layer, an intelligent layer that stands between the people and the digital world. On this layer, we have two major abilities. So this layer, as I said, is intelligent in a way that is able to look at the application and help the user, and is also able to look at the user and help who manages the application, improving the application itself. How we do this? On this layer, as you probably already saw in our demos when you've been visiting us at VivaTech, we can dynamically inject content, guiding content over the application. So while you are doing things, while you are performing tasks, while you need to be onboarded on an application, or when you need support in using an application, you have this dynamic content that comes with the face of bubbles or information, or also interactive content like videos or photos or whatever. And this content is able to guide you step by step in performing your tasks. We call this a step-by-step guidance. We call it journeys. So our journeys can help the journey of the customer in the use of the digital world. On the other hand, while the customer is performing tasks, we are able to look at the customer and understand where he is struggling, where he or she is struggling, when his process is stopping, or when he spends more time on an item instead of on another one. And we provide analytics to those that develop the content and develop the underlying application to improve that and to make the life of users better. So let's go one by one to the use cases. In the onboarding use case, you can see here how we do behave. These bubbles that appear on this CRM application are generated by our technology. So as you can see, I have this dynamic content, sometimes graying out the page and guiding me step by step in performing, as I was saying, each single application. Each single use case, sorry, of the application. So I don't need to switch to another place. I don't need to look in a manual. I don't need to look at tutorial because everything happens inside the application itself. This is very useful for onboarding, as I said. During user support, to perform user support is important for each company to be able to manage the content, to create the content by themselves. I'm not going to demonstrate this now, but we have a studio where we can create dynamically the content, where every company is able to create their own journeys without any coding, without any development skills. So it's a kind of new Adobe, let's say, that instead of allowing you of creating a PDF document, creates this magic overlay journeying on top of any web application. And as I was saying, also to improve the support, we have the analytics, so we have the ability to understand where the major issues are, with a pretty detailed ability to find each single point of failure in the customer journey. About process safety, this is one of the key strengths of our technology. So our technology is very much appreciated by regulated industries, where it's important that steps are performed in a certain way, and that people do not forget to do things inside of a process. This is mainly a requirement when we have to deal with functional safety, for example, or any ISO regulation or SOC 2 regulations. So there is a norm, there is a manual, there is some ISO norm or something similar that mandates some steps to be performed. So the user need to be trained on the processes, and it's fundamental that this process is followed in the precise way. Sometimes this process jumps from one application to another one. So the user needs to perform something on one application. Let's suppose in a banking environment, for example, you want to create a new loan contract for your customer, and you need first to make some assessment of his ability of repaying the loan, and then you have to so you use one technology to assess this, and then you have to go with the results of this technology into the tool that allows you in creating the loan. And you have some information that need to go from one application to the other one. In the engineering tools, this is even more important. And we call this multi-application support and deep guidance through multiple applications. This is a complex environment, complex engineering environment where developers, it's an IBM technology. So engineers do create new requirements, new artifacts inside this complex engineering tool, as you can see. And as you can see, they are guided step by step in performing this operation, selecting the items they need to select. And as you can see, the screen is grayed out, so they must perform this operation at this time. And now we move from this application, we jump into another application. Nuard is guiding the user from one application to the other one and is guiding them to complete the process through multiple applications. So we call this multi-application support, very important in process conformance, in process compliance. So to summarize a bit about the benefits, I will use the success story that we have written together with our customer KUKA. KUKA is a big company, a leader company in the robotics area. They have a kind of 3 billion in turnover each year, and they're used by quite any car manufacturer in the globe. So KUKA uses Nuard since a couple of years, and these are the results that they want to share with us. They share with us, that they can share with you. So KUKA claims that they saved 50% of training time in the onboarding phase of other users. They had 30% reduction in help desk tickets and a significant reduction in the interaction time. So 30% is the reduction of number of tickets to user support, but in the same time, each single interaction is much quicker, because instead of telling the user, what do you see, where is the problem, click here and click there, they send the link to a journey and the user is able to perform operations straight away. And they also calculate a 40% increase in process conformity. This is calculated on top of lower defects in process compliance, so lower issues in fulfilling all the steps inside the process, inside their functional safety environment. So a few words about Nuard. We are definitely a young company. We are a scale-up company at this point. We've been developing in, let's say, in our our garage for a few years up to 2020, when we launched our first available version in the market. And immediately we became a major contender in the Everest Group peak metrics for digital adoption. Then in 2022, we were the winner for the call for startup by Crédit Agricole in Italy. And in 2022, we had this major recognition by Forrester that we were listed as a strong performer in the digital adoption new wave. So the first time that Forrester created a wave for digital adoption, we were very close to the top. As you can see also, these two nice medals that we have here on the right, this is a recognition that we have since years by our users. So software reviews collects real reviews from real customers and creates a chart of top technologies. So we've been the top choice for customers for 22 and 23, and now we are looking for 24, what happens. Some of our customers, as you can see, we normally serve different kinds of companies, but we have main customers in the finance area, in the government area, energy, and medical devices. So very nice stories and nice logos that you can see here. So our technology is definitely proven in the market with a strong success track. So that was all from me today, and I'm looking forward, in case you have any questions, to answer them through the chat. Laurie, back to you.
I'm checking now the panel. I do not see yet any questions, so I would move to Jacques, and we check again after his presentation.
Thank you, Loredana. Am I already the presenter?
Yes.
Yes, I am. Okay, so let me know when you see my screen.
We do.
Okay, great, thanks. Okay, really, it's a pleasure for me to be here today. I'm new at New Wired. I joined the organization very recently, and I want to share with you who am I and what I can bring to you and why I've joined New Wired. First of all, and some of you might know me from the participation list. I've been working in the software industry for more than 20 years now. So really, I've got this background about how to help my customer in terms of their software adoption journey, because that's really a key issue that I see everywhere since 20 years, and I really have a good background about that. And my role is really to help you as a customer in terms of understanding your needs and looking for solutions. So I will be a liaison also between you and New Wired. And what I'm good at is developing long-term and successful relationships with my customers. And some of you can witness that, as I can see from the participants list. Now, why did I join New Wired? Actually, I had the pleasure to meet New Wired at Big Booster. As Stefano said, New Wired is a scale-up company, and they participated, and they are still participating to an organization that is called Big Booster. And I'm a coach within Big Booster, and I have the pleasure to meet Loredana there. And I happened to understand what New Wired was doing, and I could right away recognize that what they are dealing with is one of the key KPIs that my customers always been struggling with is adoption rate. How do you make the software adoption great, and how do you boost the onboarding for software companies? And that's a big thing. So I could recognize that. And also what I liked is that, as Stefano said, New Wired is a European champion in terms of digital adoption platform. and I really want to be part of this story. That's nice. And I would say last but not least, I could, and that's important for me. It was the mindset. Yeah, I could see nice, friendly people, very agile, and I really like this atmosphere. Now, what can you expect from New Wire? Actually, that's what Stefano told you already, but that's kind of a summary here. There are 6 main points, like enhanced user experience. The goal is really to increase efficiency. It's also to reduce training costs, as Stefano mentioned before, and that's really key when it comes to onboarding people at a large scale in an enterprise software. Improve the user engagement. It's not only important to make sure that people know how to use the software, but it's also important to make them use the software appropriately with continuous training. And you can make it evolve over time while the software itself updates regularly. You can update the layer of New Wire that you apply on it. The ability to efficiently resolve problems is also important, and this is done through contextual assistance within the layer provided by New Wire. And you can support multilingual organizations, and that's important for large organizations, which I work for most of the time. And last but not least, the solution can be deployed on-premise or on a cloud hosting environment. So you can really choose whether you want this to be fully secure on-prem or fully secured still, but on an hosted cloud. Having said that, just to recap what I said, the thing that you can expect from New Wired is to help you onboard people, but also make them use the software appropriately all along the life cycle. And that's what you can see on the left, and that's the most important thing that we can bring to you with the New Wired solution. So one thing we mentioned for this webinar was the ability for some of you to win a POC. And I will make kind of a contest here. Is the one of you who will request a follow-up call to deep dive into what we discussed about today might be able to win a free POC. And what is POC is 1 month access to our technology with support to guide you building your first journey on your own application. That's important. That's not going to be fake. That's going to be on your own application. So please feel free to contact either Loredana or me after this webinar if you are interested to deep dive into what we explained today. And we'll discuss about the ability to provide you a free POC based on our discussion. That's all for me, and I really want to thank you for your participation and looking forward to hearing from you. And now I'm handing over to Loredana.
Loredana, I see a couple of questions that are coming, so I will take these questions if you don't mind.
Okay.
The first one is about how can I test on my applications New Wire? How difficult it is to test it in my environment? Without going to much technical details, our technology is available in a SaaS environment, so we can set up an environment for you. And there is no integration that is needed with the target application. So there is no IT involved inside how to integrate the wired layer into your application, because we act as a user. So it's actually possible with our editor, which is the place of our studio where you create the content, to create the content on top of any URL without owning the content, even if the application is not your application. So it's definitely very easy, can work out of the box. In a few minutes, if you're interested, you can check out New Wired. So this is the first question. The second one here is a bit more would need more time to talk about. Is about security. Is about how can I ensure that there is no hazard, the security hazard inside my application. So this is actually one of our key strengths, and as I told in my presentation, we have many customers that are in regulated industries. Some of them don't even have access to the internet. So we are the sole vendor in this market that can install our full technology stack on-prem. So there is absolutely no intervention, absolutely no interaction with the external world, and your data is safe and secure. Besides this, we are ISO 27000, certified ISO 27000, and we run several pen tests. So actually, you can use it with a big confidence, as our many customers in the regulated industries testify. So more questions are probably coming, but probably our time is over, Loredana.
Yes, we are getting into the closure part. I do not see any other questions for the moment, but I remind you all that you can reach us by email if you need more information. The webinar was registered and you will receive the video in 1-2 days. And we are always available to one-to-one discussions for your particular use cases. I do not see more questions at the moment, so I would like to thank you all for joining today. Many thanks to our speakers, and hope to stay in touch.
Thank you, Loredana. Thanks, everybody. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day. Bye.
Bye-bye.